What's up, everybody? It's Liam here. I know it's been a while since my last video, but wanted to give a quick update after the race. It's been a very busy week. It is move out time here and finals week, so I took my finals this week and moved out. So the room is pretty empty right now, and I'll be officially moving out when this video comes out. But I want to do a quick recap of my race from Sunday, and then go into what I have coming out in the future here. So on Sunday, I did compete in the Flying Pig half marathon in Cincinnati, and it didn't exactly go as planned. So I ended up finishing 7th place overall, running a time of 1 hour and 16 minutes. So overall, it wasn't a bad time or anything, but I wasn't sure how I would feel. It was only 13 days after I ran the Boston Marathon, so I wasn't sure whether or not my legs would be ready. Going into it, I felt pretty good, and I thought that I was fully recovered, but that wasn't necessarily the case. I knew that at full strength, I wanted to go after it and win it. So the first 5K to 4 miles, I went out in about 16:25 for the 5K, and I went out with the leader. So the guy who ended up winning the race and I led the field through about 4 miles. And that it was at that point that my hamstrings were really tight and my IT band wasn't feeling great. I've been dealing with IT band stuff since before the Boston Marathon, and it never really recovered. So I backed off then for the next 6 or 7 miles, and just kind of sat at about 6 flat pace. Just kind of felt it out. It's a pretty hilly course in miles 5 through 10, and so I didn't want to push it on the hills and risk getting injured or anything like that. So I just backed off and sat at a slower pace, and then in the last 5K, miles 10 through 13, I was feeling pretty good again, so I picked it up, and I think I closed in about 16:45 in the last 5K, and ended up getting 7th place overall. So overall, it wasn't a bad showing. Obviously, it wasn't the time that I wanted or the place that I wanted, but I won the age group and had a decent finish there, and pretty much ended up being an expensive tempo. But overall, it was a good experience, and the Flying Pig is always a great race. So I was happy to finish and then celebrate with some of my friends from school who also ran the race. So now that that race is over, I'm kind of looking to the future and my future races, as well as other videos I want to put out. I created this channel kind of as a way to track my own progress, as well as kind of show people that, well, what I'm doing isn't necessarily normal, and running marathons in college. It is something that is an opportunity, and so I'm going to track more of my training going forward. I'm currently in a recovery week. I'm near the end of it now, so I'm at a very low mileage week, but I'll be getting back up and training for a big marathon in the fall where I want to set a big PR, and so that's the goal right now. And so I'll have a video in the future that shows more about that goal and where I want to be in November of this year, and how I'm going to get there with different races. And I'm also going to track my training and explain the different process that I use in determining my training and how that's going to move forward after this point. In the next few weeks, I'll be ramping up to my normal training at about 110 miles a week, and I'll sit there for the next couple months as I prepare for that big marathon in the fall. And so I'll go over my training, I'll go over how I'm going to get to that point and what my goals are going forward. Going forward, I'm also going to do different review videos on different shoes that I've worn. Tried on a bunch of different shoes, and I kind of want to talk about what I thought about them and help you determine whether or not those are good for you. So by next Friday, I'll have videos out about reviewing the On Cloudmonster, which is their high cushion shoe, the Hoka Speedgoat 5, and the Nike Invincible Flyknit second version that just came out. So looking forward to reviewing those, and hopefully those will give some insight. And I'm going to do a lot more reviews like that in the future. But thanks for listening to my brief little wrap up about the race, what this channel is going to look like going forward, and then the reviews I'm going to be doing in the future. So keep an eye out for those, and I hope you'll keep watching. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later this week.